apology to both sides of my dichotomy. From whipping trapezoids through the streets for my isosceles. To cipher within circumference who wants it, wanna be obsolete. I think I caught her body deep. She pushing P, and I can tell. Wish me well, throw a Susan B in the wishing well for me. Cause her next words was follow me. Nah, but you pretty, and I wanna hear you sonically. If you don't want a kid installed, then what we really working on? Handyman with a broken arm, a broken heart, the coldest part. Her coldest shoulder's what I'm holding on. And that ain't even what I'm focused on. Brandon Bronze, till the break of dawn. Wake and bake, that early morn. Then hit DM in the PM. Barry, when it's starry. And sticks when the moon lifts. Floss, make it flip like Acres home. Goddamn, I'm home. Yeah.
Yeah. What up? How my people's doing out there? This is the Left-Handed Kings podcast, and I'm your host for today. I am DM. I am missing my right-hand man, my co-pilot. My man King couldn't be with us today. He took a little ill, took a little sick. So we're just gonna get right into the podcast, man. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to my man Barry. I hope you feel well. You know what I mean? Today, if y'all looked at the episode title is Hood Economics, the rules of learning and borrowing money. Yo, let me see who tapped in. I see my man Skylar up in there, Cleo up in there. Yo, I got the dopest team. Let me just take a minute and throw some roses. Man, we didn't just went through a whole laundry list of different topics in about an hour between me, Skylar, Cleo, Sticks. I said Cleo and Sticks. Cleo and P. And talking about my man King. Yeah, King Barre. Yo, get better out there, brother. But I'm gonna hold it down. I'm gonna carry the flag, carry the torch for us. You know what I'm saying? So, man, that's funny as hell, bro. If y'all can, some of the stuff we talk about, we can't talk about on here. We can, but we don't. But we just had a crazy ass conversation. It was all dope. Anyway, welcome. Yo, we back again. I know the time keep fluctuating. On us and stuff like that, but it's all good. We're gonna pop in when we pop in because this is the Left-Handed Kings podcast, and we really, what is time? Time is a construct. You know what I'm saying? I will play the song Time, but I ain't gonna play that right now. But what I do want to do is, because this is a 3FX production, I want to go ahead and play this new track by my man PC, Problem Child, featuring my man Skylar. This song is dope as hell. I think y'all will like it. I really think y'all like it. Yo, we don't shoot bricks. That's all I'm saying. This song is called Teddy P. I want to play it for y'all right quick.
3FX, nigga, US, nigga.
I'm not mad at you, I'm mad at me. Love always takes casualties.
Bitches.
I'm not mad at you, I'm mad at me. Love always takes casualties.
Both
How you
up.
gonna get it?
Yeah.
How you gonna get it to jack on?
Yeah.
You gonna get it to jack on your style without magic beans.
Hey, yo, 3FX, nigga, US, nigga. 3FX, nigga, US, nigga. 3FX, nigga, US, nigga. Nigga. Yeah. Hey, yo,
Yeah. Look, I'm not mad at you, I'm mad at me. Love always takes casualties. How you gonna get it to jack on and stock without magic beans? Just because it was sex didn't mean I didn't have feelings. I spent too many years in it. Actually, nah, this is hope. Something I never seen before. Something I never wrote until the next one envelope had me flying high. Yo, I'm on a kite. Until the next one cut the rope. And the next one said, I slit your throat. And the next one said, you got 2 boys. Like, nope. I was like, you know, this is exactly what I said, and I quote, bitch, you never touch my balls again. She's like, both? This is a high slope and a slippery one. It's like, whoa, until I slid it to again.
Hey, yo, 3FX, nigga, US, nigga. 3FX, nigga, US, nigga. 3FX, nigga, US, nigga. Nigga. Yeah. Hey, yo,
I'm a resident of Texas, dead presidents are precious. My methods are respected, I'm expected to be reckoned like finding a body holding a bottle about the wreckage. You're 3 times more likely to feel the effects when motherfuckers like us hand you your death wish. Have you sink to the depths quick when the whole team's guillotines aimed at your neck here, leaving you headless with a swift kick to the midsection and disappear without detection from the Piggly Wiggly detectives. With a shit, so watch where you're stepping. We got our 10,000 hours in, so go that away and get your 10,000 steps in. You're welcome for the course correction in the safest direction. You could side eye and watch from the sidelines as we grow a network, raising our network with these connections. Yeah, count your blessings.
Hey yo, 3FX nigga, US nigga, 3FX nigga, US nigga, 3FX nigga, US nigga, nigga, yeah. Hey yo, 3FX.
Yeah. Give it up, yo. Give it up, yo. Straight up. Give it up. Let me get some applause on that. Let me get a little applause on that. That was Teddy P. That was the song Teddy P by Problem Child PC. You know what I'm saying? Featuring my man Skylar Trevino over there doing his thing. Hey, so let's talk about it. So first of all, this is good. I ain't got my man's right here. He usually right here. So I got the Lion. I got Lion-O sitting with me today. So we're gonna be very interactive with this podcast. You know what I'm saying? Straight out of Low Cash. We're gonna be very interactive with this. So I'm gonna ask y'all some questions as if you are my co-host, because you all are my co-hosts. The pod, you know what I'm saying? The chat is always with me. So again, salute to all them brothers from 3FX. You know what I'm saying? We want to go ahead and send some shots out. I want my man King to get healthy. He's under the weather right now, so I want King to get healthy. I'm sending prayers and thoughts out to my man Floss. He's dealing with some things, some family issues. Cleo, you know, he dealing with some issues. My man P just chilling down there in Corpus Christi, just chilling. My man Skylar, what's up? I want to give a shout out and I want to send some prayers up to my family. I just lost my cousin this week suddenly, like 2 days ago. So all prayers and love goes to my family. You know what I'm saying? The Norris family up there in Detroit. My cousin Gino, Dale. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, he was a great dude. You know what I'm saying? I just want to send some love out that way. Let everybody know I'm thinking about them and everything like that. Also, in memoriam, we lost George Foreman. I almost said George Floyd. We lost George Foreman this week, man. Like, damn, a classic. You know what I'm saying? A legend. You know what I'm saying? And so I want to go ahead and send a shout out to his family. You know, number of thoughts. Sauce Walker got shot today, and he lost one of his artists apparently, but Sauce Walker got shot. So hope that dude heal up. You know what I'm saying? And y'all just got to leave that shit alone. You know what? We do have a topic, but just for a minute, man, why can't people just shoot the fair one no more? And I ain't talking about shoot the fair one. I'm talking about shoot the fair one. Sometimes, you know, take an ass whooping. If you're talking shit with me and we going back and forth, let's just get in there and duke it out. You know what I'm saying? We can't talk it out, then punch it out. But I don't need you to shoot it out. You see what I'm saying? Like, we all got big guns. I'm understanding that that's a thing, but that should be the last resort, period. Ain't nobody, this ain't Al Capone and shit, dude. We ain't living in prohibition times where we riding around with Tommy guns. I need to cut that shit out. Like, really. I think I think, first of all, I just think beefing and shit like that, people have disagreements. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What's the point, homie? Oh, gee. Yeah, what's the point? But the thing is, what is the point? Like, okay, we beefing going back and forth. If you got smoke with me, man, let's sit down and either talk about it like men or duke it out like men. But there's no need for me to pull something and do something to yours and then yours turn around and retaliate against me if I go down, and then yours retaliate against, mine retaliate against you, vice versa. I just think it's a never-ending cycle. And you know what I'm saying? Right now, we need all the allies we can get. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. And that's just real talk. I'm not downing anybody. Yeah, our lives are worth more than a fucking argument. Scholar says our life is worth more than an argument or a piece of paper. Let me see. Worth more than a petty argument or a piece of paper, and that's facts. You know what I'm saying? That's facts. Nothing should be final. Nothing should be final. You know what I'm saying? My man P wanted to talk about what is the meaning of, what do you say? What's the meaning of finite? P, you want to ask the definition of finite? Well, since I don't know, let's see. The definition of finite, according to Oxford language, is having limits and bounds. To have limits and bounds, and you know what I'm saying, to have specific tension number of persons, finite. That's what it means to have finite, having limits and bounds. Like the internet is finite, because little do y'all know, there's things that y'all probably looked up when y'all was doing dial-up back in '92. You probably can't even find on the internet no more. Like a lot of the early memes, you can't find that shit. You probably look for it, and for some reason it's pushed all the way down because it's no longer popular. So things are finite. Damn, for real. Well, okay, we ain't got to the episode, but yeah, rest in peace, Nip. 3/31, 2019. Rest in peace to Nip. So that's all I'm saying, man. If y'all gotta fucking pick up a leader, like, I ain't saying go out or nothing like no punk. I'm saying fuck it. If you beefing, first of all, if you're beefing with somebody in another state, you're not about to waste no plane ticket to go fight and get your ass whipped. And vice versa. That's gotta be a real fucking fight. Like, that gotta be some real Hatfield and McCoy hate type shit for you to go to a different state just to take it, get your pound of flesh from somebody that you beefing with. And a lot of this shit is internet. This internet fucking a lot of y'all heads up. My man Cleo says, simply put, finite means having limits. It's the opposite of infinite, right? So when you say something is finite, we say it has an end, a boundary, and a measurable quantity. Word. Delano said, rest in peace to George Foreman. True indeed. Like I said, he was a boxing legend. I grew up, like, I'm old, but I ain't that old. But he wasn't popular. He wasn't popping like that when I got into boxing. He was already past his prime. Then he came back for Michael Moore. That's when I was really into boxing, when he fought Michael Moore. But I did used to see his fights on like old TV shows and clips, and I went back and watched a lot of his fights. That motherfucker had bricks in his gloves. So rest in peace to my man George Foreman. He bought y'all the Foreman grill. He made his bag off of that shit. Cause I remember every time you go to some black family, they had a fucking Foreman grill trying to cook shit on it. Then they had the super Foreman grill. Then they had the little compact Foreman grill. That dude made some bread off of that. So, and oddly enough, this people don't even know about the Foreman. Don't even know about the Foreman grill. So that was my week. My week was filled with tragedy, of course, but it's also filled with it was just filled with a lot of information. Take with it what you want from it, be it bad or good. How was y'all week? Can anybody just tell us one thing good that happened for them this week? Just give me something good, man. I want to segue up off of the check-in segment with something positive. Other than that song, because that song is dope as fuck. And I got another song I'm going to play here in a little bit by my man Cleo Got Fired. But can anybody in the chat help me out? Skylar said he wanted to box because he had a biopic on ESPN. Until you got your bell rung boxing in the backyard. Bro, hold on. P say what? You met your girl. We got to talk about that. Skylar said he been more active walking, playing ball. That's dope, man. Get your exercise on. I mean, I need to start doing more walks too, bro. I will say that I took my shot today in my belly for my migraines. So that shit's working out for me. Gigi says she alive and healthy. And she got some new lawn chairs. Don't forget about the lawn chairs, Gigi. You got them new lawn chairs. Be out there profiling out at your community. You know what I'm saying? My man PC. Oh yeah, his new girl, Akaya Latham. And she a red bone. She a red bone, y'all. P got him a red bone. But she cool though, because he knows how to push all her buttons. You see what I did? You see what I just did? She a red bone. You push all her buttons. Huh? Come on, man. Y'all gotta give me something. Y'all gotta give me something for that. I thought that was good. Gigi got her lawn chairs. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. Skylar, thank you, Skylar. You get it. You get where I'm coming from. That's a bar. I got this red bone. I'll be pushing her buttons. She know how to make some mean Kool-Aid and chicken wings too. We talking about Akaya, man. Akaya Latham. You know what I'm saying? Got that tight frame. And she always gonna tell you what's on her mind too. That's what's up. So anyway, moving into, we're gonna go into our topic. Let's talk about this because I really want y'all to tap in on this one. Hood economics. Throughout the week, we've been talking about everything. If y'all don't know, every time we have topics or whatever, it comes up through conversation that we had throughout the weeks prior, and we talked about this. So, hood economics, and what do I mean by that? So, let's do it like this. I'm gonna ask y'all a question. I want y'all to, you don't have to answer. You can tell me somebody else's story, but what is the pettiest amount of money you ever had to chase somebody down for? What the funniest or the most awkward moment? You know what I'm saying? What's one of the pettiest times you had to chase somebody down for money? I can tell you. All right, I'm gonna tell you. So $25. So Cleo say $25. Is there a story behind it? Let me see if I can send this out. You know what I'm gonna do? I am going to post. This is what I'm gonna do for today. I'm gonna post the link for you to come up and talk to us. Please refrain from trying to overtalk the host. I'll bring y'all up. We'll talk for a minute, and then I'll take you back down. But you're free to come back up from time to time. You won't pop straight in. You'll come in the waiting room, and then I'll bring you up. So let's see. So for today's show, because I want to hear from y'all. Here you go. That's the link right there. So the link, y'all got the link. If y'all want to pop up, that's the link. So if y'all want to pop up, I'll wait for whoever want to come up. But what's the pettiest amount of money? I did tell y'all, I didn't loan so much money and ain't been paid back. I can't even tell y'all one specific story that I ever had where I loaned somebody money and I chased them down. I'm sort of like Skylar. My thing is, if I gave you money, then that's just how much it cost. That's how much it costs for me to get you out of my fucking life. If I loan you money and you don't pay me back, yo, good knowing you. Or don't ever ask for another fucking red cent from me, because I'm not paying you I'm not giving you no bread. It was also something I read. It's like, if you loan somebody money once, then it's a loan. If you loan it to them once, it's a loan. If you loan it to them twice, then consider that a gift. If you loan it to them 3 times, then you became a part of their fucking budget, because they're counting on you to give them money each and every time. And I ain't tripping on when people are down on the luck. I got that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about every 5 minutes or every, couple of days, they like, yo, can I borrow money? Or like every month, then you become a part of what they, you become an obligation. Now to them, they can always come to you to get that bread. You know what I'm saying? And that's just not how to be. Either sit back and get your finances together or do without, homie. Real talk. I had a dude, I used to gamble. I do have a story. I had a dude I used to gamble with all the time. This when I was living over in Temple. We used to gamble all the time. So we make bread, and from time to time, if I'm down or whatever, he'll throw me a couple of dollars, and then I'll throw him a couple of dollars when he's down. Or if I crack him, I'll throw him a couple of dollars. Yo, I throw him a couple of dollars. I appreciate that, man. What Skylar said, he just said, I'm dropping jewels. Never heard that, but it does make sense. If you fucking keep loaning money, then motherfucker, you a part of they income that they counting on. And that's just what it is. Like, so I've been on my knuckles before. I done been on my knuckles before. I don't think nobody has never been without or didn't, or I don't think anybody has never been broke. And if you haven't, then good for you that you needed to borrow a dollar or two. Got that. Understand that again. We talking about loaning money. So the dude, we used to gamble or whatever. So this motherfucker hit me up straight up. This true story. Dude hit me up. He's like, when we at the gambling spot, we would go back and forth. If I hit something, I throw him money. He hit something, he throw me money. But we always end up evening out before we rolled out. Gigi says she don't even look to get money back. I give what I can afford. And that's another thing. It's good to give. It's always good to give. But we talking about those that loan and borrow monies. So to finish my story off what dude did. So like I said, we used to, at the gambling spot, we throw each other money. So he hit me up one time. I wasn't even gambling. Actually, I was sitting in my pool and he hit me up like, yo, man, I need to hold like 50 bones. And I'm like, all right, now mind you, we not friends like that. We associates that gamble, but we always looked out when we was at the gambling spot. So I guess we was gambling partners. But we wasn't boys. We wasn't kicking it. We wasn't people like that. But we was cool. You know what I'm saying? We didn't go over each other's house type shit. Matter of fact, I don't think he probably went to my house once and I went to his house like twice maybe. And that's just back and forth. Anyway, so dude hit me up for 50 bones. And I'm like, all right, bet. I said, but I ain't going up there today. He said, yeah, I know, man, just let me hold 50 bones. I'm like, bet. Gave 50 bones, $50. And I ain't hear nothing from him. Whether he hit or won or whatever, I don't know. So I went back up to the spot where we used to gamble. Boom. We in there. We talking. Dude get down there. He lay some money up. I don't say nothing. We playing and like begrudgingly, he was like, yo, oh, here you go, bro. There go that 50. You know what I'm saying? Got it. Couple of weeks later, same thing. He like, let me hold that. I tell the nigga, dude, I ain't got it. Like, and I had it. I had like $300-400 in my pocket. I was like, man, I ain't got it. Oh, that's fucked up, bro. This, that, and the third. We always, I'm good for it. This, I didn't say you wasn't good for it. I just said I don't have it. So homie got pissed. And after that, me and that motherfucker never spoke no more. Like straight up, we never spoke no more. I got P up in here. I'm gonna bring him up. So tell me about your pettiest, P. Tell me about your pettiest amount of money that you ever had to chase somebody down for. What up, P?
Yo,
Tell me your story, man. What's your pettiest amount of money you had to
I
chase?
mean, first of all, I've always believed in don't lend money that you can't afford to lose.
Right on.
That's what I'm saying. So yeah, if I ever gave you bread, it was like out of a kindness of my heart. Like yeah, I know you're gonna say I'll pay you back, or wait till next week or whatever the case is. But majority of the time, it's like something happens between the time I loaned you the money and then that obviously the next day, like oh shit, your house burnt down. God damn, that's crazy. Or
Mm-hmm.
but that's just being more uh over the top with it. But the worst situation I actually experienced was I didn't like credit cards when I was younger. So a homie said like, yo, never get credit cards, blah 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 blah. They're gonna fuck you up. And I was actually given a choice to live in Killeen, where I grew up, where I graduated high school, or to move to Austin. And I was like, I don't want to go with my parents to move. Ironically, that's where I'm at now. But I didn't want to go with them at the time. when this is like 18, graduating high school, and I remember I did a Cage Jeweler fucking thing because I bought a promise ring for a shorty I was with at the time, or baby
Right.
mother, and that boosted my credit because I paid it off so fast, and then I closed it, and so my credit was like fucking extremely high,
Yeah.
and I came out to Austin and I was like, yo, I need to buy a studio, so I need studio equipment. I can't afford all this shit, and I want to make music, and I want to do this and do that. And I fucking ended up getting not a business loan as a smart person would do. At least I think that's what a smart person would do. But I fucking got a credit card from Bank of America.
Both
And
of them.
it was like, yo, here's $5,000. I got the card in the mail and it's like, I'm rich, bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I never seen all that money at once, like at the same time. Like it's mine right now. Like it's like literally mine. And so the first thing I did was I know you're gonna talk shit, bro. And hopefully you do, if you're familiar with it. But I fucking went to Big T's in fucking Dallas. The swap meet shit or whatever the fuck it is. And I put 22s on a Nissan Maxima.
All right, bro. I'm gonna take
Like
you
I
down.
had them raised.
I'm gonna have
Huh?
to take you down, dude, because that was the stupidest shit I ever heard.
No, yeah, no. But I actually did that shit, and then I put 22s on a Bonneville, on a Pontiac Bonneville, and it was my partner's car. And then after that shit, it was like, yo, he didn't help me pay back for that shit, so I remember like robbing his car. I stole his car, and
Allegedly. We gotta
no,
talk
no,
about dry snitching on podcast too later on, but
no, I
allegedly,
actually stole his car. No, fuck that.
statute of
It's not
limitations.
allegedly.
Statute of limitations.
Yeah, it's over. It's been over that time
You ain't
frame.
gonna be
But yeah,
calling me motherfucking
I stole that
DJ
nigga's car,
Vlad.
bro.
I'm not Vlad. Anyways, so how long did you chase him down for your money until you said, "Fuck it, I'm going to get this back regardless. I'm gonna get this car." You repoed this dude's car and took your rims.
Yeah, 100%. Like the reason why I took the car is because like I
The reason why you went back and got the
when I
collateral
went and
that you
got the
put
shit
down
is
for the
because
loan.
he never fucking like paid anything back on it. It's like, yo, this is my money. Like I'm paying my portion, but I need you to put in on this.
So let me
And
say
you
this for the
wasn't putting
feds.
in on it, but you still had these fucking 22s on your car too. And it's like it's just being fucking naive. It's like, yo, and I had to realize at that moment, like, yo, I don't even have friends. I buy my friends. Like
Yes,
I've been buying my friends since I was a fucking kid. Like there's no actual friends. I bought you. You know what I'm
bro,
saying? So it's like fucked up.
you
But in
spiraling.
that and not wilding right now, like the people I know now are like really solid because y'all fuck with me, holistically, and everything else in between that. But nah, I literally did, bro. I jumped the fucking fence and tried to take the rims and leave the shit on bricks. And he had fucking keys. You know how they got the keys on the
Security.
bolts?
No, yeah, I got you.
I couldn't get it off, so I just took the whole fucking car.
Well, that's fucked up. That he didn't pay you back. So look, so like it's
you
fucked up.
asked
He
for
didn't pay you
you
back.
asked for some shit,
So
yo. I
let
gave
me
you some
let,
shit.
so let me clean this up for those that are federally employed.
Oh my gosh.
The collateral for him to get the rims for the car was he put his car up for collateral. When he didn't pay back, he became the repossession man and repossessed the car until he can get the rims back.
No, he got his shit back.
I know he got it back. He probably didn't get it back with rims on it, but he got it back.
No, he didn't get the rims, but he got his car back. I actually bought new tires and put, you know, regular shit on his shit
But you
and gave
helped
it
him
back to
out.
him.
That's good looking out. You left him still in better shape than he was in before you ran into you. So
But it's like,
that's
nigga,
good
over rims, bro. That
yeah,
was my partner.
yeah. But you know what? Somebody told me he just paid. You had to pay that to get him out of your life. Because I guarantee you he wasn't your homie like that no more.
Nah, I don't speak to this person anymore.
That's what I'm saying. So the rims, the price of being in your world was those rims, and he paid the price. So
Rims.
thank
Yeah.
you for stepping up, brother. I'm gonna bring you down. You can stick around. You ain't gotta go, but I'm gonna take you down off the. I'm gonna put you in the waiting room.
Word.
Okay. All right. Thank you, brother. Anybody else want to tap in and tell their story, please? Please, man. That's crazy, man. I would never get no fucking rims from nobody, man. I couldn't do it, but my man P did it when he got his shit back. But that's what I'm saying. So the first question. So I'm gonna go over the hood economics. Here goes something about hood economics. Number one, the unspoken rule, and this is a rule that nobody talks about. When is it the right time? When is it the right time? When is it okay to ask for money? You know what I'm saying? Chat, let me know. When is it the right time to ask to borrow some money? Like, is it like, yo, groceries ain't come in, all I got is peanut butter with no bread, and I need a couple of dollars to get some bread? Or is it, yo, my light's about to get cut off next week, I've exhausted everything I possibly could before I can borrow money? Like, what is your tipping point? While I'm waiting on y'all to type that into the chat, I'm gonna tell you mine. I'm living in Atlanta. So I was living in Atlanta. I was working down there. Now it's Tyler Perry Studios, but back then it was called Fort McPherson, Georgia. I'm down there. My brother had came to live with me for a little bit. And for some reason, something had happened where I had to come out of extra money. Now, I wasn't the great budgeter and the great financier that I am now, where I know how to pay my bills all the time and everything like that. But something had occurred, and I went to borrow money. I had to ask to borrow money. The only person I knew to ask was somebody that was in the family that was close to me. And I was like, yo, I knew. The question is, when was it okay to ask? Well, I knew that this person had just came up. They had just came up. They didn't hit a lick. They kind of hit a lick. They had some bread. And so I asked them to borrow some money because my rent was fucking due. When I tell you my rent was due, I already missed the 1 month. And I was already on high alert because I'm like, shit, I need to get this rent money together because the cars was already paid. And I know y'all gonna be like, well, you had 2 fucking cars, but you couldn't pay your rent. No, I couldn't, because something that happened. There was something that occurred that I didn't have the money that I needed. Long story short, I asked, and they was just like, hell no, I ain't giving you no money. And I was tight about that shit. I was super tight about it because I know for a fact that we had dealings. Long story short, they ended up giving me the bread. But they was like, yo, and I want my money back in 1 month. And I did everything I could. It gave me enough room, gave me enough cushion, because I needed it right then and there. So I asked for it. And I actually found what I need, because I didn't ask for the whole thing. I didn't ask for the whole ticket. I needed like 80% of it. So, and I knew I was gonna get more bread. So I went on, and what I did is, soon as I did it, like 3 days later, the bread started coming in like I needed. And so I just started paying that motherfucker back his money. And then not only did I pay him the 80%, I gave him a 10% bump on it for just, I know it didn't inconvenience him at all, but I still gave him money, gave him like a little extra bread on top of it. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, the fact that I came to you and I needed it, and you was like, nah, what happened to it? Oh, I'm still there. The fact that I came to you and I needed this, like, it wasn't for me to buy no fucking gold teeth or no shit like that, or go to a concert. I really needed it because I needed to make sure I had a crib. Tighten him up, whatever. I adjusted my budget on purpose to, you know, at the time I had DirecTV or whatever. I cut that shit off. Like, I start pulling back in shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't go as far as pawning at that time, but after that, I never asked anybody for anything else. I never asked anybody for money like that. Even when it was offered to me, I never would. That hurt me so hard. It hurt me. It actually hurt me because here I am. Yes, I'm asking to borrow, but we was close enough where there was a bond there that I figured you would, especially when I know what you were sitting on. But anyway, that happened. And it took a while for us to get our relationship back on steady ground after that, because I was really crushed about that. But the thing is, I made sure that I didn't want to owe anybody. So, all right, so why did I feel that way? Why did it take me to the very tip, or the 11th hour? People be saying, why did it take me to the 11th hour? Because I never wanted to owe anybody anything. And I learned that lesson at 17 years old. I was 16 or 17. And I think some of the homies probably heard this story. So back in the day, I called myself a little player, right? I'm a little player. Come on, Lion, you gotta stay up and listen to this one. Call myself a little player. So I was dating this chick. Her people had money. Her family had bread. Like for real, they had bread. Like if y'all know Detroit, her people stayed in like Bingham Hills or Bingham Farms, which is like fuck the suburbs. It's like I don't know, like Austin, like the rich areas in Austin. They had $1 million crib. First time I ever been in $1 million crib, right? So me and this chick dating or whatever have you. I wasn't really feeling her because she wasn't that great looking, so I didn't really fuck with her like that. But she started spoiling me, started buying me. Back then, I think the Miami Hurricanes was like the shit, like the colors and shit. So I would wear Miami Hurricane stuff. Anyway, this chick started buying me all this Miami Hurricane shit. She bought my fucking, yes, this is old motherfuckers, so I know y'all finna clown me, but she bought me a beeper. She bought me a good one too. It was like Skytail, right? Bought me all this shit. I would drop her off. I'll take her car and go see other chicks, of course. Anyway, we broke up. And this chick showed up to my crib, was like, yo, I want everything. Like when I say she bought me like mad shit, she bought me like mad clothes. And she's like, I want all my clothes. If you breaking up with me, I want all my clothes back. And that shit, I'm like, you can't even fit this shit. And you can't return it. Who you gonna, you know, what you gonna do? Give it to the next dude or some shit? Anyway, she wanted all her shit. Really, she just wanted me. So I took all the clothes, threw them shits outside. Yo, yeah, I was a dirtbag. Yo, I took all the clothes and I threw them at her. Like, here, bitch, get your clothes, get the fuck up on my papa's driveway, So then the last thing that really crushed, she's like, and I want the beeper. So I'm like, oh, this bitch want my beeper. She want my beeper. Like, I was mad as fuck. I'm like, fuck it, take your beeper. You know, I went on and deleted everything off of there and just threw her the beeper and shit. And she's like, you can have a beeper. I'm sorry. Let's get back together now, bitch. Get out of here, right? I was pissed, right? And after that, I said, I will never. That's why it's so hard for me to accept gifts from people. This, like, it's the burn your hand on the stove situation. Because I felt like somebody owned me. Like, as long as I owe you, it's kind of like I feel like you own a piece of me. And the chick taught me a great lesson. Because after that, I would not accept gifts from nobody, like, period. Like, unless it was cash, I ain't giving that back. If a chick give me cash back in the day, like, you gave me some cash. Yes, I was a 304. What up, cuzzo? You know I was a big-time hoe back in the day. But I learned my lesson. Nobody's going to give me something and take it back. Period, point blank. Therefore, keep that shit. I'm never going to borrow money from you. I will never do anything like that. And so, through my years of coming up, there's been times I've been on my knuckles and I needed money like it wasn't nobody's business, but I figured out a way. I'm always a hustler. I've always been, you know, I grew up poor, so I know what it feels like to be poor. So it's not a thing to have no money in my pocket, but I always made sure that all my bills were taken care of. I made sure that any kind of responsibilities I had, I made sure I took them responsibilities. And I want to thank this chick with the brown gums, because she was ugly, but her car got me around the whole summer in Detroit. So shouts out to you. I won't even divulge your name because I ain't gonna give you that kind of credit, but thank you for that lesson. So when is the right time to ask for money? To me, never. Like, it's just something that, you know, if I need it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get it how I get it. You know what I'm saying? Now here's another question, because this feels more uncomfortable than asking for money. Honestly, to a lot of people is, when should you just say no? When should you just say no? If somebody come ask you for money, when should you just say no? And I really want to hear y'all. I really want to hear from y'all. Like, I've taken it. I'll tell you my rule of thumb now, how I've come up with it. But when should you say no? When should you say no if somebody asks for money? I'll wait. Anytime, like, anybody want to tap in? Again, if you want to tap in and say it, you ain't got to type it in. You can hit that link and I'll bring you up in here and we'll talk about it for a minute. But somebody asking money. So, like I said, the unspoken rule, the first one is, when is it okay to ask? That's what I'm saying. Hey, you ain't got to, Maria, you ain't got to say it. You can hit the link. Go look at the link. Hit the link and I'll bring you up and you can say it. You can talk on the pod. I'll bring you into the pod. If you want to. You ain't got to cut your camera on. You can just come in and and use your voice. But when is the right time to say no? And what lessons have y'all learned to make y'all say no? Oh, I got my man PC back. Here go PC. So the question is, PC, when should you just say no? When should you just say no?
Hey, yo, can I borrow 200?
No. So no. So now, but with that, let me tell you what my rule is. It's always no until I assess. This is something I don't do. I never buy anything that's over a certain dollar amount until I sleep on it for a day. So therefore, I'll never loan certain amounts of money. I said, give me some time, give me a minute, let me call you back, or then I'll come back and be like, no.
Yeah.
Like for real.
But when do you tell somebody no? I think that you can tell somebody no for 50 cents. You can tell somebody no for $1 or $150 or whatever. I think you should always have your own personal interest in mind, knowing that that's gonna take away from whatever dollar you wish you didn't give away when that shit does matter in your life. So
Right.
yeah, if you don't, it always happens that way. It's like, yo, okay, yeah, I was just sitting here and I'm just chilling and I had $20 and now I check my shit and it's like Netflix. God damn it, like
Always
fuck
assess.
Netflix. God, did you hit me? You know what I'm saying?
No,
But
yeah.
at the same time, it's like, yo, when it comes to the homies, yeah, I do believe that you should bless your homies whenever you are capable. You know what I'm saying? When you feel like, it's part of the right situation for them to be a part of, and like you can, help them out, help your homies out, or whoever the fuck needs help. But if you ain't got it and you tell them you don't got it, I don't think that there should be any kind of like fucking scarcity, not scarcity, but
No
like
animosity.
not even, not, yeah, I mean, because you expect animosity from that person that you're telling no to, but you as a person, since you're a giving person, you should never feel like you saying no is a bad thing.
No,
Like
I
saying,
don't. I
and
totally
then
don't.
you should be able to say no without having to explain yourself why.
Thank you. Cause look, are you looking at the chat? As soon as you said that, Maria's like, you don't even have to explain. No, I ain't got it. Or no, I'm
Yeah,
not
I mean,
going.
and no, I mean, even saying I ain't got it is none of their fucking business. Just say no.
No, just no, just say no. I ain't got to give to you. All right, so thank you, bro. I did put for those that want to tap in, like my man P just did. The StreamYard link is right there. You can tap in to say your piece on there.
Yo,
Yo,
hey, Left Handed Podcast is the realest podcast. What's happening?
for sure, brother. I'm gonna bring you back down. All right. So the next syndrome is the I Got You Friday syndrome. And yo, thank y'all for tapping in. Like I said, this is gonna be interactive podcast today. We're just gonna do it like this. I'm gonna bring y'all up. We'll bring you down. Whatever. If you pop in, when you pop in, if you got something to add to it, we're gonna put you on we'll put you on a pod. You know what I'm saying? So the next one. Here's the next one. The I Got You Friday syndrome. Why do people borrow money without a clear plan to pay it back? I know why. Yeah, they ask can wait till Friday. Then facts. Oh my God, get out my fucking brain. Get out my fucking brain. Yo, my cousin is killing me tonight. Get out my brain, because here's the thing. If you come to me, be like, yo, let me hold 200 to Friday. I'm like, ask me on Saturday. I got you on Saturday. Because Friday didn't already came. If you don't need it on Saturday, don't fucking ask me for it. Like I said, assess before I got you on Friday. Then I'm gonna want to know some shit. I'm worse than the bank with that shit. I ain't even gonna lie. What you need 200 for? Oh, we just trying to get a couple of bottles. Miss me with that. Next. But why do people do that shit? And I'm gonna tell you why people do it, because they think that they can get away with it. Period. I got two types of people I loan to. Seriously. I got a homie right now. Shouts out to my man Black down in Florida. Me and this dude. Yes, you are, but I love. Yes, you are, but I love you for that. No, that's what's up. But look, I got a homie Black down in Florida. Me and this dude, we literally have exchanged thousands of dollars between me and him. like it was nothing. Like this. One, this motherfucker, he got enough bank. He got enough bank that like so when he be like, yo, hey, I can't get to the bank, da 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 da. And this motherfucker always tap me up with another with 25% on top of whatever, 25% on top of whatever I give him, and I'm always getting him back. You know what I'm saying? And that's somebody that it's a trust thing, financial trust. Because for one, he's like my best friend in the world, but it's a financial trust thing that between me and him. Like, first of all, if y'all don't know who I'm talking about, if y'all know what I'm talking about my man Black. I wanted to buy his crib from him. I'm gonna tell y'all a quick little story. This is who he is. I was living in one city, but I used to go whenever I go out, when I was going out and hanging out and shit, I would go to his crib, and that's who crib I would crash at. Motherfucker had a pool and everything. That's just in the city that I lived in called Temple. He decided to go get his doctorate. So he's like, man, I'm gonna go finish my studies up in Florida. I'm gonna move to Florida. I said, what you gonna do with the crib? He's like, look, he said, I said, what you gonna do with the crib? He said, well, I don't know, man. I might sell it or I might rent it out. I say, fuck that, let me get the crib. But he's like, man, you got a crib. I say, man, I'll sell that fucking crib to get your house. Because his house was banging. Like I said, saltwater pool. That's the house that I end up living in Temple. He sold me this house. For those that ever bought a house, if you didn't, you probably know what I'm going to say. He sold me the house at cost. He literally sold me his house at cost. That means he sold me for exactly down to the penny of what he owed on the house. No extra profit, no nothing. Then on top of that, he split the closing costs with me. Actually, he paid off the closing costs. And then when I bought that house, we actually had money on the table. We literally had money, right? We literally had money on the table afterwards. And I'm like, yo, give it to him. Because like he paid for the closing costs, he paid for all repairs that needed to be done. He paid for everything, basically, that I can buy this house at cost. And we just moved right into the house. Then on top of that, we had money extra, so I bought points down on the house. So that's what I mean by like this motherfucker. He cool like that. Now I've seen him tell motherfuckers for $10 no, but between me and him, we had that thing, and it was like he's like, man, that's what. In like, no disrespect, he said that's what the Jews do. I was like, what you mean? He said, man, they look out for each other like that. Why you think they can afford to move around and do this? Because people take care of each other. That being said, he hit me to some shit that day because I didn't know what at cost meant. So we had a realtor, and he's like, you don't even need a realtor. I'll get you the contract. So we did the contract and everything. We paid for the paperwork to be done. And then I didn't pay for that. He paid for the paperwork to get done. So we moved right into the crib. He moved down to Florida, got a baller ass crib down there. I had my saltwater pool. And if anybody came to visit me in Temple, y'all know the house that I'm talking about. And it was just like that. Like I said, we didn't, millions of thousands of dollars didn't switch hands, with us. And it's nothing. Like it's nothing. But then you have the dude that I used to gamble with. This motherfucker went ham over $50. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I'm talking about. Be careful and leery that I got you on Friday shit is whack. Unless you got somebody like I got that I know. If you know they solid for it, by all means, I'll spend money back and forth with you all week long. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not just gonna give you no money because you say I got you on Friday. Then wait till fucking Friday. Now, if your lights getting cut off on Tuesday, that's a different story. I understand that. Get me on Friday. But you can't come to me like with a reason before and just be like, yo, let me hold such and such a Tuesday. So that's that. I'm just saying. You got to spot the difference. What's now? We talking about hood shit, right? This is hood economics. What's the difference between spotting and loaning? P, do you know what the difference is between spotting and loaning? Please talk to us.
Spotting and loaning.
It's a difference. This is hood economics. Just a hood. Yes.
Let me get
What's
in there.
What's the difference between spotting and loaning?
When a homie come up to you and be like, yo, can you spot me? You know what I'm saying? On some shit. Like it's more so like, hey, do you got me? You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, I need $5 here. I need $5 here. But you know what I'm saying? Like maybe you can, help them get a beer or help them get them a meal or get them some food or like, hey, you paying for a whole meal and you thinking that the homies with you and they gonna pay half of it with you and it's like, damn, we just bought a whole pizza, bro. Hey, I thought you had me. Nah. I thought you was gonna spot me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Spotting you or spotting somebody is like some shit you ain't gonna have to pay back, but it's like a unofficial loan. Like I didn't ask to own you this loan. You didn't ask for it correctly. You just assumed I was gonna give it to you.
So
So
that's
you caught me
in
off
your
guard.
that's what you feel
Yeah, like a
spotting.
spot loan, a spot me is like like a it's like I didn't know this was gonna happen, and now we in a situation where like the yeah, fuck it, I got it.
No, I got you. I
You
think
know,
it's similar. Like if I'm like, yo, hey
but
man,
with a
run with me.
loan,
Like if I'm like, yo, dude, run with me here. I'm gonna spot you. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna spot
yeah,
you.
well that's different. That's different. If you say you're gonna say that up front, you're already selling it out. Like you like, yo, hey, I got you. You know what I'm saying? But when you say a loan, it's like, yo, obviously a loan means that you have to pay it back.
I got you, but I'm just saying for people that don't know, when you spot, like Cleo said, I left my wallet at home. Don't like case in point. Here you go. Perfect example. We down
Yeah.
at South by Southwest, killing it on stage. MGM once again. If y'all don't know who MGM is, my man MGM killed the stage. Anyway,
MGM.
yeah, we were down there. We getting cocktails or whatever. It was like, yo, man, I spot you for this. I got this. And then, later on, my
I mean,
man
the
came
first thing
back.
I would ask is like, why are you drinking cocktails? But
Anyway, that's how I'm spotting you. Like, come with me. If I'm like, P, come roll with me. I need help lifting this thing. Yo, it's far out, but so we're gonna stop and get something to eat. But don't worry, I'm gonna spot you. Meaning, I got you. It's an unpaid. It's an
yeah,
unreturned
yeah,
loan.
there's it's like a grant. Like when you fucking go to a local college, like a CTC or ACC or any of this shit, and you get a fucking grant, you don't have to pay that shit back. But everything else is like, yo, if you get a fucking scholarship, you gotta pay that shit back.
So check this out. So then, what is interest in the hood? What is interest?
Interest in the hood has
Yeah,
nothing to do with money.
yeah, it
Has
does.
nothing to do with money.
I'm talking
It's
about.
not
I'm
money.
talking about money. I'm not talking about the game and none of that. I'm talking about interest in the hood. Like some folks expect a favor in return. Should loans come with strings attached?
Yeah, I think we're talking about the same thing. Like it literally has nothing to do with money, bro. Like nigga.
Natalie.
Hey, you might have something that they want to be a part of, or something that you can actually help them get a part of, or whatever the fuck it is that they think that you have over them. They're like, hey, you're gonna owe me a favor one day, and then you're gonna have to share that favor.
Almost on some mafia shit.
I don't know if you want to take it that far. I mean,
Well, my
this
girl
is a
Natalie said, hold on, real quick. Let me throw her definition because I like it. She didn't mince words. Spotting is a small favor. A loan is contractual monetary agreement.
yeah, exactly.
She hit it right on the nail. She hit it right on the head right there.
I mean, if I said that, then would there be a podcast right now? If I was
Yeah.
that good, if I was as good as she was when she said what she said, I'm not that good.
Nah,
I'm
I
not
hear
that
you.
good up here.
Thank you for tapping in, Natalie. I ain't seen my girl in a long time. I miss you. Hey, so check it. So we already kind of went over segment 2, which is when money ruins friendships. I ain't even got to go over that. I think
Ah,
I told Cleo a story earlier that I'll tell you offline about it. Let's just say that somebody owed me some bread, right? Dude
right.
owed me some bread for something, that a little agreement, whatever. And come on, nigga. Look, owe me some bread. And we sitting in the fucking garage drinking. Cause
Mhm.
it was my homeboy, it was his son, right? His younger dude or whatever. He's like 19-year-old, little young dude. But dude owed me bread. And dude went out the back door and came around the side of the house on the other way and jumped in the whip and dipped. And I was just like, what the fuck was that?
I mean, I don't.
Floss in the
This
house.
sounds very specific, bro.
Yeah, it is very specific. You know what? This back in your heyday type thing. What up, Floss in here? What's up, brother?
What's that in the flouse?
Yeah. So the thing is, that ruined it for dude because then he came back later on trying to re-up or trying to get another loan, right? And I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here, dude.
Wait,
Like
hold on. From you?
I told you, we'd talk offline, sir.
Sorry.
All right. But yeah, so he wanted another loan. And I'm like, nah, you fucking you done lost out, homie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. So anyway, it wasn't no real relationship, but it was unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? Like to go, like, bruh, it was not
Well, I
necessary.
mean, there's certain things that you actually already emphasized on in the very beginning. Is that he's a young kid. He's a
Well,
kid.
yeah, well, he wasn't 20. Yeah, he's a kid.
Yeah, he may not know no better. But I mean, what's the question though?
No question. I'm saying, how did you? I know Fed's on the chat. The question is, the question on, have you ever lost a relationship? You already told me with the rims. You lost the relationship with your homie
Yeah,
because
that
of
shit
borrowing
gone.
money.
That shit
Yeah,
gone,
that
cuz.
shit's out of there. You
That
know what I'm
shit
saying?
gone.
So, but
Yeah.
that's the thing. So, all right. So, kind of moving a little away from the hood shit. I want to, I always try to come and drop a little some jewels to people. The wealth mindset versus the survival mindset. Let's talk about it. So, why
Yeah.
does money work differently in our communities versus wealthier circles?
All right. So okay. Let me internalize that real
Oh
quick.
shit, my cousin Vic
Ask
on
that.
here.
Ask. You finna ask somebody?
No. I'm asking everybody. Chat. Listen, in your own words, or what? Like I said, I put the link in the chat that y'all can tap in and
Yeah,
answer this.
jump in.
You
Yo,
don't have to. You don't have to type
don't
it.
let
You
me
just
sink by myself.
Yeah. Well, I'm not even. I'm asking everybody. You just happen to be sitting on the platform right now. Is why does money work differently in our community versus the wealthier circles, if you will?
I mean that gets really political, bro. And it's like,
I don't mind.
are we supposed to go that route? Because it's like, yeah, the money that we have that we keep within our company, not company, but our culture, it goes unacknowledged by the masses. So it's like it's almost like it's underground, like to equate it to fucking hip hop terms. That's probably the best way I could do it, because that's what I speak. Yo, how come how come we don't know about Tech Nine? How come people don't know about Tech Nine as much as they know about Kanye?
I got you. So you use it as a metaphor. I got what you're saying, but what I'm saying is, in some
But
communities, just hear me out, because
but I
I
mean,
don't want to stray.
there's
I know
money
you're trying to
being
put it on hip hop, but
there's money being fed, there, and the
hold
people
on.
around them are making a good amount of money to be important
Ooh,
in people's lives. But
I got you.
Kanye has more.
I got you.
Or
Let me
no,
throw
he
this.
has maybe the same money, and he just has more access to different people because what? I don't know. I don't fucking know.
All right. So it's cool to say you don't know, but listen to what Cleo said. This shit is dope. He said the disparity in financial outcomes between Black communities and other ethnicities is a complex issue rooted in historical, ongoing, systematic inequality. Right? It's crucial to understand that these differences are not due to inherent characteristics of any racial group, but rather the result of a deeply ingrained societal structure. Bro,
Yo,
he
yo.
bro, he
If this
come on,
nigga
bro.
is not using fucking AI to fucking give his
I
answers,
don't give a shit. Listen,
god
he hit
damn
me on
it,
the nail. I can break
Cleo,
it down.
Cleo.
To
Hey,
break it down.
come
All
on
right,
and
nigga.
fucking. How about you fucking come on this bitch and say that shit, nigga? You talking like you on CNN, nigga.
He is on CNN. He on CNN, Cleo News Network, baby. You better get it right. Better get it right. Anyway, I pulled you down for a minute, Pete, because I wanted to talk about this for a minute. He hit it right. I wasn't trying to pull this out of y'all, but it's the truth. Even Skylar said this about he said the Jewish community are masters at keeping it in their own. You know what I'm saying? Natalie says, hold on. Where my girl Natalie? Natalie says, because money is a tool in wealthy communities. In the hood, it's a necessity. Money is necessary to get tools to survive. Wealth use money and to garner credit. And that's kind of what the question was. Why is it that in wealthier circles is money perceived as different? And that, to me, that is 100% right there. That is 100%. In the hood, when you get money, all goes to this. When a brother get money, he wears his wealth. When a white person get money, he wears the same shit he had on yesterday. His 401 just got a little bit better because he understands that having assets create capital through the lines of credit that he uses. You see what I'm saying? So I may be dollar poor, but I'm credit wise, I'm JD Rockefeller. So that's the problem. And the thing is, it is inherently different in culture because some cultures are taught differently. Like he was just saying, I've heard this many a times when he said this. Skylar said this about the Jewish community. The Jewish community are masters at keeping it in theirs. Meaning money does not, in a Jewish community, if money comes in the Jewish community, it changes hands 10 times inside the Jewish community before it ever leaves the Jewish community. It's like that also in certain Asian communities. They'll sit up and they'll open a store and they'll sleep in the kitchen, they'll sleep in the flat over the restaurant, but they'll stack their bread. They stack their bread and that money will never go out. You'll never see them. They make their first $1,000 and they go buy 3 pair of Jordans or 2 pair of Jordans. You know what I'm saying? With us, when we get money, we got to show that we got money, because that's the only way you're going to know we got money, because we got to show that shit. And it is a survival thing, because every dime we get, we need to pay for everything we have. Hold on. Hold on, man. Y'all kidding. Oh, here we go. I like this. Natalie says 42 days in the Asian community. This is talking about money. Money spends 42 days in the Asian community. In the black community, money spends 6 hours. Wow. That's dope. What Brian say? Brian say he do the designer test. When rich people wear designer, you can't even tell what the designer is. When poor people wear high dollar items, it's all over their outfit. No shit. My daddy taught me that. He say, man, you ain't no goddamn walking billboard. So I never had the Tommy Hilfiger outfits. I never had like Tommy, Hilfiger and all that. What I did have was Eddie Bauer. And I got made fun of because I had an Eddie Bauer jacket, because everybody in the school was wearing Triple Fat Goose and said Triple Fat Goose all over the jacket. So they're like, this motherfucker got a triple fat that ain't got no name. He got a no-name triple fat. Think about what I'm saying. Now that we are older and people understand what Eddie Bauer is, I was wearing Eddie Bauer in like at 12, 13 years old. I'm wearing like $200 vests. These fuckers wearing $99 jackets. But, I was the one getting crashed on for wearing that shit. Because back then, and I was mad. I asked my daddy, could I get a starter jacket? I wanted a starter jacket. Everybody has starter jackets. Meanwhile, they was fucking freezing at the bus stop and getting whatever, nigga. Oh, Vic, look, Vic, I can fucking ban you off my podcast, motherfucker. No, I'm just kidding. But no, seriously. And we weren't taught that. I was taught that coming up. A lot of people wasn't taught that how to save your bread. We always hear people. I just saw a post the other day. The black dude had his son. He had an old mailbox or something, and his son he had the 90 and 10 method. For 10% of everything he made his son put it in this. He actually welded this fucking mailbox shut with a slit in it, and his son he made his son for years put money in it. And when he hit 18, he let his son open it up or whatever. And it showed the son how to save money. And the son had some money in it. He had some bread up in there. And I thought that was dope as shit. Back when I was little, we had penny banks. We call it piggy banks, right? And it's like, I never had a piggy bank, maybe once or twice in my life. And as soon as I put the shit in there, I was popping that little cork out and taking the money, going buying Annihilators. Yeah, I had a charge card. I don't remember it, but I had one, I guess. That's Gigi telling. Get the likes up. Thank you. He said, get my likes up. Yeah, man. Everybody need to go ahead and like right now. Go ahead and hit like, subscribe, love, share the pod. But we're talking about hood economics right now, too. Press that like button. Smash that like button. But something else that I want to talk about is the generational curse. Why is borrowing common in most communities but rare in others? And I think we kind of just touched on that. And we just talked about it. I talked about it. And Pete talked about it. A couple of y'all talked about it. We always tend, like we loan money out. It goes back to the fact that we're not spending, we're not holding on to our money. We're not maintaining, we don't have good financial literacy, enough financial literacy. And this is just my opinion. And I'm just saying this. A lot of us don't have enough financial literacy. We don't know to save bread. We don't know, like, I used to do something. I used to get CDs. So when I first started trying to save money and stuff, I used to get CDs. And I'll tell you straight up, I get a CD and you can't use them for like 6 months. Like, but I would go in like after 6 months, I'll go in and fucking reuse them because I wasn't disciplined enough to save the money. I just wasn't enough to save the money. Wasn't disciplined enough to save the money. I did have CDs, I had IRAs and all that stuff. I do have my financial savings. I ain't gonna get into my pocket, but I got savings or whatever. But it's not to be touched. To me, I pay on that, I send that out, and it's like I don't even have it. So if you ask me, I'm broke. I start something that maybe I don't know if y'all want to do it. Let's Skylar say true indeed. Me, the sticks, only game I got from my uncle was to invest in CDs, right? Certified bonds. And that's cool if you but I also learned how to spend them shits. So it was just saving money, but I couldn't wait to blow it. It's like having that money. What's the saying? They used to say that money burning a hole in your pocket. You can't wait to spend it type thing. You know what I'm saying? Now, my big mama and them, grandmama and them back in the day, if they had money, they would save what they could. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, but they would save up. You don't see nobody talking about I'm saving up to buy a car no more. Hell no, they just want to make sure their credit score is over 625 and they go pay an interest rate of 80% to go get a Hellcat. You know what I'm saying? You got cats paying $2,000 for cars. And I'm just like, wow, what are you doing with the rest of your money? You know what I'm saying? What are you doing with the rest of your bread? And it was the same way back in the day, you know what I'm saying? Coming up, mugs had wanted Mustangs, or they wanted rims, or they wanted Pathfinders and shit like that. I'm not saying nobody's wrong in it. I'm just saying that we need to at least try to attempt to. And it's not first of all, let me just throw this out there. It's not a generational curse. It's generational mistakes. You perpetuate these mistakes and make bad decisions. It's generational bad decisions that's being made. Because who are we proving to? Let me see. That's the next question. That's a great question. Who are we proving to is this. It's the trap of keeping up. Some people, why people borrow to flex instead of investing in themselves. And that's a great way to say. Let me see what. Hold on. Cleo said, what role does the war on drugs and mass incarceration play on the economic stability of our communities? It plays a big role. Let's do it like this. Let's go down that rabbit hole for a second. Going into what I'm talking about, trying to keep up with the Joneses or trying to look the part and live the part. Unless you work at a factory, if you're working at a factory, you're making decent money. If not, you got a job. A 9 to 5 is not going to get you the gold chains and, the fly cars and all the clothes that you're trying to attract the women. You know what I'm saying? So what do? You sell a little dope because you see the only people that you see in the hood, this is come down. I'm just talking about when I came up. Only people we saw making big moves was factory workers and dope dealers. And even factory workers couldn't keep up with some of the dope dealers. So you see dope dealers, they all doing the thing. So now you want what they got. So then what does that do? You go sell drugs. Well, the war on drug shit, when they started doing maximum for being caught with distribution, that's what went into the prison system. The mass incarceration came from that. We didn't have, it wasn't a lot of motherfucking serial killers running around the hood, but we had motherfuckers doing 3-digit numbers because they were selling dope. And what did that do? Well, they couldn't tell their kids what to do because they was locked up. They was only visiting them like once a month or some shit, if that. You know what I'm saying? Then the next person move up, they want to keep it. They want to be the next kingpin, be the next boss in the hood, be the flyest dude on the block. So then that perpetuated what? More drug dealing. You know what I'm saying? Because wasn't nobody paying attention trying to go to fucking school to get a degree after go to school for like 7-8 years to get a degree to make this money. They wanted that money right then and there because they're trying to keep up with a persona. You know what I'm saying? They're keeping up with the Joneses shit. And then what's the biggest trap? Selling drugs. So even, I don't know, no dope. You see dope dealers back in the day, they would buy like car washes and stuff like that. Now he says stunting and showboating. It stems from slavery. The master would dress their slaves up on Sunday and in fine clothes and use them as to show wealth. It seeped into our psyche, and we have to look wealthy. Now I got you. It's in fine clothes, and that's what I'm saying. And I'm not even lying. That goes. You are not even lying. That's where it comes from. To look at the origin of it. But the fact is, people wanted to shine and you know, floss and do your thing and shine, and they didn't have it. Now, if you got it, by all means, like nobody telling you that you got to scuff your shoes to make the next man feel better. But what I'm saying is, people became enthralled in trying to keep up with what's the next hottest shit, and so that's why. What's the quickest way to make money? You can go to a casino and you might win, and most of the time you're gonna lose, or you can go get something from your boy down here, do what you got to do right here, push it off right here. Now you got ready flow of money coming in. But then what's the con? That's the pro. You got money, but the con of it is you either getting killed, you getting maimed, you getting shot, you getting robbed, or you getting fucking put in jail. You know what I'm saying? What is swag? Whatever. Anyway, I'm agreeing with, man. I'm glad y'all tapping in on this, because that goes back to hood economics, the whole hood economics thing that we was talking about. Loaning money, borrowing money. We kind of segued off talking about the easy fix and how to get money quick, which goes into the prison system and goes into the war on drugs and stuff like that too. But back to the loaning money. The thing is, I got a thing that I say. I'm not gonna loan you money, but if I got something to give, I'm gonna give it. If you ask me for $100 and I ain't got it, I'll probably give you 50. Because after I assess whether or not I want to give you the money or not, that's why I don't immediately say no. Because if I got bread, and I'm gonna be honest, it depends on who it is. It really just does depend on who it is. Who was saying it? God damn, I can't think of who said this. Somebody was like, and you get a whole lot of money, you hit the lottery or whatever, and your family comes to you and say, man, give me $50,000. I got this big investment deal or whatever. Say, give them $5,000. And if they come back to you, say, I'm gonna give you $5,000 for 30 days. If they come back to you in 30 days and they've utilized that $5,000 and they made that money work for them, and they show you any kind of increase in funds, if they let the money work for them and they learn how to triple or increase it by at least 20%, then they probably got their head on their shoulders and they really trying to do something in most cases. But I'm not gonna. I would say, look, Gigi, you can attest to this. I was like, if I hit the lottery, I ain't telling nobody shit. Period. Y'all will get NDAs and secret envelopes in the mail with cashier checks for X amount of dollars. But I ain't gonna say it's from me, because I'm gonna lose a lot of friends and families if I hit that motherfucker. Because you come to my door asking me, now all of a sudden you got a big money deal, do you need a couple of $100,000? Not gonna happen, homie. Not gonna happen. Period, point blank. I will not do that shit. But it's the same way. I ain't gotta have $1 million. I can have $500. If I'm gonna give you money and I'm not gonna get it back, I might as well take the money and throw it in the fucking river. Because that's just what I'm doing. I'm just throwing money away. So if I got money to give out of the kindness of my heart, I will give you money, but I will not loan money. I just don't do it. And another thing I don't do, this is funny as shit, because I don't understand why people. I've been asked twice to co-sign. What? I won't even co-sign for my fucking kids, and they got jobs. One of them make more money than me, and I still won't fucking co-sign for no car. Just keeping it 100. I don't co-sign because that dives directly into what I believe in, which is credit, which is assets, which is how I can liquidate tomorrow and be all right. I can liquidate whatever I need tomorrow and be all right if I need to do it, but I don't, because I maintain my credit. People don't even understand how important it is to have fucking credit. There's some jobs that you can't even get if your credit score is bad. And that's the truth. So I challenge anybody who's having problems, struggling, and think you need money, you need to borrow money. First of all, assess, do you really need this money? Second, don't ask me, ask somebody else for it, because I'm not giving it. But Hold on, let me see what Gigi had to say. Why do people expect you to give them something when they haven't been around you? I got that too. I can answer it like this, and that's a fact. Something else I did say: if you're not in my favorites, like as far as my phone, if you pop up and your name don't pop up or whatever as a favorite, because by the way, I got most of y'all that's on here in my favorites, but I ain't talked to you in a couple of years, and all of a sudden, hey, what's up, family? What's up, kinfolk? Let me hold such and such. You already know y'all not gonna get nothing, and if that keeps y'all away from me, fuck it. I love y'all from a distance. I remember the good memories of playing kickball and eating now-laters, but I don't need that type shit. You're right. You ain't never been around, but all of a sudden you want to borrow bread because you heard I got it. You can hear I got it. You know what I'm saying? Something else that's funny. When somebody be like, yo, let me hold some money. And I'll be like, nah. And they be like, man, you got that nice ass car, man. You got that sweet ass car. You got that big ass crib. Let me hold some. Exactly. That's why you can't hold money, because my money goes towards that nice ass car and that sweet ass crib. And it ain't nothing nice or sweet about it. It's just the fact that I have it and you don't. And so it looks sweet and it looks nice. But if you had it, you wouldn't think twice of it. I appreciate what I have and I appreciate the compliment. But in the same token, listen, I drove around Detroit in a motherfucking Ford Focus. And I kept that bitch clean. And I had 16-inch wheels, not rims. I had a Ford Focus. And my cousin used to clown me about it. Because I'm like, they're like, yo, I got a Focus. I say, but it's the top of the line Focus. It's clean. And I was cool with it. You got to take pride in what you got. And that's what some people fuck up and mess up. They don't appreciate or or have gratitude towards the things that they have. And that's why a lot of people try to get what the Joneses have. They try to get the next best thing. I want to get, you see what old boy got? He got a car that does espresso. And so next thing you know, everybody going out trying to get an espresso machine in their car. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I love you too, cuz. Let me see what Cleo said. I'm rambling. He said it really sucks that we have to worry about credit like that. And in other countries, it's not something to stress over. And it's not. And it's because we live in the great US of A. You know what I'm saying? We live in United States of Commerce, dude. Don't let anybody tell you no fucking difference. It's all about the United States of Commerce. We are the guinea pigs for any kind of consumer goods that needs to be shopped and wear. Any kind of thing needs to be sold, we do it. We have lax guidelines on the things that's important to us, like food and health. We have when it comes to food, lax guidelines on that. But we such sticklers that we'll put you in fucking jail for any little thing unless you got the money to back it up. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to say, man. It is fucked up, but you got to get your credit right. The thing is, don't get it right because you're trying to get a job or you're trying to get a fancy car. Just keep your shit right, period. Because when you go, by you keeping your credit right and keeping your learning some financial literacy, what you're doing is you're setting up your grandkids. I tell people this all the time. I'm not living for my kids. I'm living for my grandkids. My kids are going to be taken care of by osmosis, by fucking seeing how their parents are doing. The things that the way their parents are moving, they're going to automatically be on the up and up. You know what I'm saying? They're automatically going to know to pay every bill. Make sure you pay your bills, because my mama's like that. My daddy's like that. I used to sit down with my mama, make sure everything bill. I'm gonna tell you, I ain't gonna put her business out, but it's a good business to put out, but I'm not gonna put it out. I was gonna tell y'all something. But I only known of 2 other people that had no debt. Like, I mean, I can't even make this shit up. Like, my daddy used to sit down every Sunday, no matter what, whether he went out shooting dice or whatever, hanging out, the motherfucker be in there writing out bills, because he's old school. He'd do checks and all his bills were taken care of before any dollars were spent. I watched my dad do that. I see my mama; she's always on her bills. She knows. She could tell you right now. If I call and be like, "Mama, when your Netflix bill come out?" She'll tell you. Oh, that come out on 17. Oh, this bill come out, because they instilled in me. We didn't have a lot of money. Don't get me twisted. We didn't have bread like that, but they instilled responsibility, and that's the problem with a lot of people. And I don't know. Maybe I was a better kid because I listened to them. When it came to that, I didn't listen for everything, but I listened to that. And I saw the fact that we talked about this. What's success? We talked about this a couple of podcasts ago. What is success? Well, if you don't have goals, you can't really have success. Their goal was not to be in debt to anybody ever. And regardless if they got $1,000 a month or they got $100,000 a month, they always took care of the responsibilities. If you don't want to call it a bill, call it a lifestyle upkeep, that you have to pay upkeep fees to maintain the sort of life that you live in. And once you get that in your head, whatever it takes for you to swallow the pill that you got to pay your fucking bills and take care of everything you need financially, then you'll be all right, I think. But when it comes to hood borrowing and shit like that, don't even get wrapped in, because that's low vibration, bro. If you got to borrow money all the time to pay your bills, you're doing something wrong. Now, if you ain't got no job, go get a job. If you got a job and you can't make ends meet, lower your expectations of living. Take care of the necessities, and then when you get it together, because then you'll appreciate the things that you have more. That's just my opinion. I'm not trying to get in anybody's pocket again. You know what I'm saying? Am I rich? Am I well off? By no means of the imagination, brother and sisters. Trust me, I'm not. But the thing that you know, I'm knocking on some wood too, by the way, when I say this. If I come borrow money from you, you better know that I'm fucked up. You better know that I am fucked up. Like, yo, we're doing a GoFundMe for D. You better know that it's for a fucking reason. Because I'm never trying to have myself in a situation again where I owe somebody. I don't even think it ain't got nothing to do with being a man or a woman, but I just think as a man, it does something to me that I notice that I owe somebody something. Like, and I ain't talking about just money. You know, if I owe you some labor, or if I made a promise to you, I feel bad when I don't stand up. I give you my word on something and I don't stand up to it. But I don't feel right that I owe somebody something, because it feels like they have a part of me, that they have a control of a part of me. Not that I'm gonna look over my shoulder for something, but it just feels kind of swarmy. I don't know if that makes sense to y'all. It just feels weird. Like, shit, my paycheck coming. Oh, I owe such and such $200. That's $200 that you borrowed because you needed it when you needed it, but now it becomes an issue and a burden because you owe somebody. And I just don't think that's fucking the way to be. It ain't got nothing to do with being a man. It's just having to do with being a grown-up. And I got to quote somebody else. When I had that problem in Atlanta when I needed the money, Jay-Z had this song, which is Gigi's favorite rapper, by the way, Jay-Z. Hold on. She said, I just live by my means to pay all my bills and got a savings. And that's all it takes. You know what I'm saying? It took years for me to understand what Benjamin Franklin meant when he said a penny saved is a penny earned. Think about that for a minute. A penny saved is a penny earned. And a lot of people like just hear that shit and just whatever, Benjamin Franklin, whatever. That shit means more to me today than it did 20 years ago or 10 years ago or 30 years ago, whenever I was a kid. A penny saved is a penny earned. Save $5 and then start saving whatever money you got in your pocket when you end your day and put it in something. Just put it in a sock or a Crown Royal bag or whatever, a water bottle. Do whatever you can do. Put that shit away and do it for a month. Then go pull that money out, and I guarantee you, you're going to have more money than you thought, because that's all it takes. We just got to be able to get disciplined enough. I think our people in our communities and everything need to get disciplined enough to understand you don't have to spend every dollar you got as soon as you get it. You don't. If people are like, yo, I got it on sale. It was $100 off. Yeah, but you still spent $500. So what did you really fucking save? Oh, okay, it was $600 instead of $500, but you still blew all that fucking money to get some that you probably won't even remember what it was you needed it for later on. That's the truth. I've been victim to that shit too. You know what I'm saying? So when I say this, I'm not pointing no fingers. I'm sharing with y'all. I'm being open with y'all and transparent with y'all too. I've blown more than I fucking wish to even talk about. I got a piece of equipment right now I don't even fucking touch, and I know I spent about $150 on it. So am I still learning? Yes. Am I learning? Also, yes. I'm also learning. You know what I'm saying? Hood economics, baby. Hood economics. And I call it hood economics because there are certain things in the hood that we do acquiesce to, but there's also certain things that we do need to learn about. Sometimes, I tell y'all what, Robert Kiyosaki, Go check that out. Just throwing out some references. Throw out what's my man name? Damn, he be on the TV all the time. White dude with a beard and glasses. I can't think of his name. I cannot think of this dude's name because I used his method for a couple of years and I ended up with almost 100 grand. Just real talk. What's this fucking name? He didn't believe in credit cards. He don't believe in credit. His credit score is 0 because he don't do no credit. Thank you, Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey. I use his method. I use a couple of his methods, and it worked out. The thing is, you got to be in love with wanting money, but don't be so in love with wanting money that you forget to be happy and live your life. Money is not everything. Money is not the root of all evil. Well, it's the root of all evil, but it's not evil in itself because you need it to fucking live. But yeah, Dave Ramsey. Thank you, Cleo. I'm just saying, man. I'm still learning, so we all should learn. And you got to think, you're doing this shit for your generational. This is to stop that generational, not curse, but generational bad decisions that we tend to be making when it comes to money. I don't gotta wear all my fucking money on my neck and on my shoe, my feet. I love shoes. If you know me, you know I love my gym shoes. I love sneakers. But do I go spend my last dollar to buy a pair of sneakers? Fuck no. I'll do it out until I can get them shits. That's just how I am. We all have things that we love to, some people like getting their nails and hair done and shit like that. That's cool. That's cool. But the thing is, what I won't do is put my family or my livelihood in jeopardy to chase a fucking trend. And that's what we should all kind of think about. These are my final thoughts. You know what I'm saying? This is the Left-Handed Kings podcast. I want to thank everybody for tapping in today. That's just one rule to live by. I want to shout out Gigi for being here, the whole 3FX team. My man Floss tapped in. Love you, boy. You know what I'm saying? We praying for y'all over there. My man Cleo. My boy PC popped in, popped out, popped in, popped out. My man Skylar. Yeah, I know, bro. Just sit back. Let me run the show. I know what I'm doing. I'm not hanging up right now. Talking about play the song. I'm gonna play the song. You're gonna hear the song. That's right. I wrote it. But anyway, this next track, because I do always want to prop up my crew, the 3FX team. You know what I'm saying? We got MGM, we got PC, we got Skylar, we got Floss on the track, King Barre. You know what I mean? And we got my girl Karina holding it down on the business side of it. So if y'all ever y'all need to get in touch with us, you want us to do some shows, just hit me on the side. I'll get you in touch with our manager. And but this song right here is from my man Cleo. It's called Old Fashioned Passion, because he killed me with he dropped bars on here. Check it out.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it in so I can double up. Stack these ends, knock these pins, I'm something sick like bubble gut. Been in a rut, but this ain't new to me. Chill out with all that coonery. I'm about to lay these tracks like fresh charcuterie. 1 for you, 2 for me. Know that I'm speaking truthfully. I got aspirations of financial freedom and good health. I slowed up on that bud and put that liquor on the shelf. She say she rollin' with, I told her bring a friend for help. Good measurement. That old fashioned got her loose in my living room doing splits. Collect the front and the back end, then I dip. Oh shit. Nothing comedic when I speaketh, which way is up? I was rich prior to last week. Took an L in confidence, I'll get it back and feel complete. I still got Nikes on my feet, yeah. In high school I pushed the Jeep, yeah. She want that TLC every night, so I creep, yeah. I'll be around. Most of these guys saying they own off that brown. I need that Aaliyah sound. Love the way she rocked the boat. Back and forth motion make her lose control with no remote. High tide when I slide. No levee can break this wave. She say I'm lucky. I'm on her body like that jade. I rarely ever trip, but I ain't sweet. You can catch this fade. I'm humble as can be, but I sit you in that shade. One phone call is all I need, and he don't wanna get paid. I do this shit for fun. Probably all he gon' say. This year feeling right, it's Thailand or Costa Rica. They like, goddamn, she's a keeper. Every feature, yeah. Now tell me who coming like this. Autopilot flow since 2006. Moved out to ATX, by then it was fixed. The plan been at work and my patience been thick. Don't try to play me out, this shit is legit. Manifesting more of me or more, I won't quit. Lot of faith with the work, I know it's gon' ship. Replay value at 100%. I just wanna break bread with family and split. Out the country on a vibe, take us a trip. I done been around the States, life is a trip. Once upon a time in Mexico, I had dips. 17 on the scene, holding the grip. Barely made it back, an impossible gift. I just wanna spit facts and lean in the whip. So many stories to tell, don't know which one I'ma kick.
Yeah. God, dog, man, that song fire as hell, dude. Shouts out to my man Boost the Bless on the beat. He produced a cold one. He produced a cold one. Man, by the way, my man Boots, affiliate of 3FX, that dude's cold. He got his own thing, but he's part of the team. As far as I can say, he's a good dude. Again, thank you guys for showing up tonight, man. It's been insightful, and a lot of knowledge was dropped tonight. Again, start saving a couple of dollars, man. Put $1 to the side for your boy. I might come ask for $5 for a Coke 45. Doctor, need that Coke 45. Shout out to my man. What's Ozzie Davis? Yeah, he did that. And what's the name of that fucking Spike Lee movie? I can't think of it. Anyways, this is your boy. We are doing after hours. So if y'all want to come to the after party, y'all want to be on the after party, I'm gonna put the link. After party, for those that don't know, the after party is we are still on the pod, but we are not live. I just want y'all to know we are not live, so we are not streaming live. You can come in, we can chop it up right here on the podcast. Y'all want to talk to me? It's the after party. We can discuss more things. There go the stream. There go the link right there. If y'all want to come in, go ahead and start tapping in. I'm not even gonna hang up till I see somebody pop up on there. If I don't see nobody pop up on there, then I guess y'all don't want to chop it up with your boy. We got merch coming. I know y'all see the shirt. You know what I'm saying? My face is on the shirt. That's your boy. And we got some we got Left Hand Kings podcast merch coming soon. We got the 3FX merch coming soon. We're gonna get that together. I gotta give my man Cleo. He's a mastermind behind the scenes. He's also a dope producer. Y'all just heard him. He's a dope lyricist. Shouts out again to my man Cleo, Skylar, Gigi, my cousin Nene, cousin Vic. You know what I'm saying? My girl Natalie chimed in for a bit. Oh man, that was great to see you up on here. Who else we got up on here? Let me see who else popped in. Get there about it. Maria, my cousin Maria. Again, shout out and sending all my prayers out to the Norris family, my cousin and his family. And that's about it, man. Anybody want to tap in? Anybody want to holler? Let me know. If not, going once, going twice. Sayonara from the Left Hand Kings. Oh, shouts out to my man King Barre, who's sick. Please put him in your prayers. You know what I'm saying? He'll be back with us next week. You know what I'm saying? But I hope we did him proud today. We out of here.
Yeah. King Barre. Fuck it, we gonna get straight into it. Yo. I lost track of time on my bomb, so I don't know when I blow. Like years ahead of my peers, my buzz been here before. I'm trying to restore the feeling. It's like New York's been soft ever since niggas came through and crushed the building. But I got it, call me the prophet. The new